what is it like being a full-time trader in the stock market? I'm gonna be taking you along and showing you my life here at just 21 years old, what it's like living in Malibu, and show you any positions that I do end up taking. Whether I make money or lose money, we will see. It is currently power hour, so I'm gonna sit down on my computer and see if there are any potential trades that I could take today. And if I do end up putting on a position per usual, I will go ahead and post that over inside my mentorship group so my students are able to essentially follow along and copy my exact trades if they so desire. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let's go. All right, so I ended up not putting on any positions. There's just no trades that look good today. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I'm gonna head out now. I'm gonna go to the local kind of shopping center area, work outside on my laptop. I've got a couple calls to do and probably grab some lunch as well. There's actually one trade that I almost took, and I ran through all of the option contracts. You can only manipulate a contract so much, so the risk to reward on one set of contracts I found was great, but the actual risk exposure, so the upside and the downside, I would have been taking like a 30% loss on the actual contracts themselves if I had been wrong, and I couldn't get that down below 20%. So they were just outside of the realm of the position that I put on. Like I said, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not worried. I don't put on a trade every day. I might only take 1 or 2 trades a week. It's whatever the market gives me. I'm not ever going to try to force or put on a trade just for the sake of having a trade open. One of the worst things about this car, by the way, if you spend $200,000 on a G-Wagon, and if it's a 2018 or older, they literally don't have cup holders. Hey, I'm vlogging. Say hi to the vlog.
What's up?
What do you do? Tell them what you do.
I'll just say what I'm doing right now. I just finished the Angelo podcast that goes live on Wednesday.
You didn't give yourself enough credit. You're the one who runs the whole show behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
So this year I'm trading with $500,000, which means that it is more important than ever to be very diligent with my journaling and trade analysis and going back through essentially my trade history. I've said this before, I work with the last 1.5 years worth of trade data. That'll give me the most accurate representation of my current win rate, because as market conditions change, our win rate may vary. So one year you could have a 60% win rate, and the next year you have an 80% win rate on all of your trades together, or maybe just a setup specifically, but this could vary. And so I'm right now spending some time just going back, journaling, making sure that I've entered all my trades correctly so I can have the most accurate data to work with when it comes time to actually put on a trade and set up my trade plan. All right, just got back, had a pretty productive afternoon. Now I'm gonna change and go hit the gym, get in my daily workout, always keeping my mind nice and sharp. I feel 100 times better when I work out, and today I'm feeling a little tired, and I know that is exactly what I need right now, a nice workout. So one thing that's super annoying is the gym, and literally this is the only gym in Malibu, is like 30 minutes from where we live. So it's an hour to go to the gym and back, and say you work out for an hour, it's literally a 2-hour ordeal to go work out. Super sweaty. I did not feel like lifting today, so I ran 3 miles, which isn't that much, but I don't do enough cardio, so I'm really trying to be a little more balanced in my working out. Heading back home. All right, so I just got a haircut, feeling much better. It's such a nice day out, I decided, why not go surfing? Before that, I'll check on the market, see if there's any opportunities. I spent a little time trading this morning. I had a meeting, so pretty low-key day so far. I get so burnt so easily, it's so bad. My skin is just so light. I'm gonna stop here real quick at the Palisades, grab something to eat. Got 30 minutes left before the market closes. This is kind of one of my go-to spots for like quick food, lunch. I don't know, it's 20 minutes from where I live, and it's so nice here. Totally different vibe than Malibu though. All right, I just spent like 10 minutes doing a quick look over my watch list. I had like 4 or 5 stocks that I was keeping an eye on, and nothing looks good. The market is sitting very high, so just no opportunities, being very patient. Again, I'm not in a position where I have to put on a trade every day, so I only need 1 or 2 good trades a week, and if there's nothing, there's nothing. But let's go grab something to eat. All right, got a new shirt. They didn't let us film in there, we got yelled at. All right, grabbed a quick bite to eat, got a new shirt, and now it's time to go surfing. It is time to hit the beach. Let's go. All right, surfing was a success. Just put those sandy surfboards, slid them nice on top of that $200,000 G-Wagon. Love beating the out of this car. I think most G-Wagon owners would never treat this thing like I do, but whatever at this point. It is time to go home because it's so hot out and I'm gonna be a tomato tomorrow. I want to take 1 second and hop inside my computer and show you how today played out within the market. We had a lot of news events going on and that caused a lot of volatility, and I ended up sitting on my hands because there just wasn't any opportunities as far as what I look at. I'm very selective with the trades I take and put on, and I really hope to put on a trade this week to document that and show you guys, but if there's nothing presented, then there's nothing presented, and I'm not just going to put on a trade for the sake of recording it. So all the trades I take are based around technicals. I trade 100% off of technicals, not fundamentals, but it is always important to be aware of the overall market. And today, as you can see, it was a very volatile day across the board. And that was because the Federal Reserve increased interest rates by 0.25%. The Federal Reserve has arguably the biggest impact on the direction of the market. So I'm always aware when there's any big news event going on. And shortly after, Jerome Powell spoke, but you could see the market reacting here off of the interest rate hike, and then shortly after selling off, just causing a lot of volatility. And within the positions that I'm looking at specifically, a couple of them that were almost aligned with everything I look at, again, from a technical perspective, I ended up not being able to get that confirmation that I needed for an entry. So the next couple days for me are going to be booked, like slammed. I have 7 calls tomorrow and 7 calls on Friday. And that's actually because I'm in the process of launching a software, which I've been working on for the last 1.5 years. And I'll be telling you more about this software later, but I actually have to run to Chase Bank to open up a new bank account. So let's go. That was probably not the best time to shoot B-roll. This thing gets dirty so fast. So I'm trying to decide whether I should wrap my G-Wagon or not. So head over to my Instagram, The Daily Traders, it's verified, linked below, and vote on the poll I'm gonna put on my story as far as what color I should wrap it. This black, just every single dust particle gets on this color and it makes it look so dirty. So I have to wash it like every other day or it looks like this. That's disgusting. All right, so just went to the bank. I needed a couple more documents, so I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. But I wanted to mention the market ended up closing, or the Dow specifically closed today in the green, which was its 13th straight day in a row green, breaking the 1987 record, which is unreal. So the market is sitting very high. That kind of reflects what the bigger picture is when you look at the overall market. Didn't end up putting on any trades, as I mentioned earlier. I'm really hoping there's going to be an opportunity for potentially a short position tomorrow, knowing that the market is very high, trading one of my setups where I would go short on a chart. But heading back to the apartment now, and I'll probably check in tomorrow sometime. It is now Power Hour, and Power Hour is the last hour of the day where myself as a swing trader am going to be spending most of my time actively on the markets, looking to see if there's any positions to enter. So let's hop on inside my computer, I'll share my screen, and potentially we'll be entering a trade if something looks good. Okay, so I just spent the last 30 minutes going over a couple charts and was able to identify a trade. So I'm gonna go ahead, enter that right now and explain the idea behind this position. And once I get filled, I'll send that position out to the team over inside my mentorship group. All right, we're gonna try to get filled right now at 290 per contract, going in with 5% position size. Okay, it's pretty conservative with 86 contracts. So $25,000 on this position. There we go. It looks like we got filled. Gonna go ahead, send this out to the mentorship group. I like the trade here presented on STX. We're sitting up 8% on the day following earnings. Looking very overbought and overextended. When looking at the immediate trend, you can see we were forming clear lower lows and lower highs previous to this earnings rally. Looking for a continuation of trend, essentially trying to play the move back down to that 56.13 area with stop set at today's daily high. Resistance formed at 63.83. Considering we do only have one test of this level, I don't think this will hold, so we're going to stop out if we hit this area. Pretty straightforward trade, just looking to capitalize on the move back down to support at 53.13. Again, looking for a continuation of that pattern we saw previous to earnings. So I'm going to go ahead right now and send that out. There we go. Awesome. And just looking at the overall market today, you can see across the board, we are in the red. We opened in the green, started selling off and continued selling off on SPY, QQQ, and IWM. Just made daily lows on SPY. Looking at SPY on the 4-hour, that'll give you a picture of where we are at and what the last couple weeks has looked like. Again, mentioning that we did break a record on the Dow with 13 straight consecutive green days. So today, we're seeing some red, and I'm looking for a continuation of this movement into tomorrow. With the overall market pulling back, hopefully that will help solidify our position here on STX, and we'll get that move that we're looking for down into the 56.13 area. If we don't, I'll get stopped out and I'll take my loss. But this trade was within my risk reward criteria, adjusting my position size based off of the upside and the downside. So the exposure, I'm looking at about a 15% loss if I get stopped out on this trade. So because of that, it is a little more than I would tolerate. So I went ahead and I decreased position size. Risk reward here is a 1 to 4.5, just about a 1 to 5 on this trade. So if we do hit our target, we're looking at a nice 70 to 75% profit on these contracts. Just a little update. It is currently 12:37. Market closes in about 20 minutes. I am up $1,100 on this position. You can see I got filled at $290 a contract, and these contracts are currently going for $310. I'm up $1,200 on this position so far. I just want to show you guys this. This is one of my students over inside the mentorship group. He made $33,000 today. $33,000. Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. I think I forgot to mention I wake up at about 5:30 every day as the market opens at 6:30 here on the West Coast. The market is very green this morning heading into open, which doesn't look too good for our STX position. It looks like a very strong day across the board, and that is also reflecting on the current position I'm in on ticker symbol STX. We're gonna see if we retrace back below this level. What I often see is the market probes areas, shakes out buyers or sellers, and then retraces. As you guys can see, we're sitting right on my stop loss, currently down about $4,000. Quick update, as you can see, we ended up retracing below resistance. Now I'm only down 3,000 on the day. So I'll keep you guys updated on my position. I actually have to go hop on a call and work with some of the students over inside my mentorship group for the next hour, hour and a half. So I just had this thought the other day, and I was thinking why swing trading is maybe not superior, but provides more of an opportunity than, say, day trading. Now, I know this company is called the Daily Traders. However, I used to day trade and I transitioned to swing trading now 100% for the last year to 2 years. Now, hear me out. Day trading is a full-time job. To day trade and be a consistently profitable trader, it requires you to spend 4, 5, 6 hours a day actively on your computer monitoring those positions. It would be extremely difficult to even have a part-time job and day trade, much less a full-time job. So you're kind of put in a situation where you have no flexibility with your time. You can't be at your job trying to check your phone in between shifts. You're not going to be able to trade at the highest level you need to make money day trading. Now, swing trading, on the other hand, gives you that time flexibility. And what I mean by that is the strategy that I teach specifically and how I trade, I'm only spending about an hour, max 2 hours a day actually active in the market. I put on a position with my plan in place and I don't have to constantly be monitoring and checking in on that trade. I can walk away and enjoy my life, enjoy the rest of my day however I'd like. Would you rather try to day trade and know that you do not have the full-time capability to do so at the level you need to be successful? More than likely, you don't have your entire day free. You're busy, you're working your full-time or part-time job. You don't have what it takes to become a profitable day trader. But if you want to learn a swing trading strategy that only requires an hour to 2 hours of your day, where then the rest of your time you can do whatever you'd please, you can go start a new side hustle, work a part-time job, or just go enjoy life, then swing trading might be for you. Now, inside my mentorship group, I don't only give my students access to see and copy my exact trades if they so desire. I actually put together a curriculum covering my entire trading system, my swing trading system that only requires an hour to 2 hours per day of your time. So if that makes sense for you, and if my mentorship group sounds like it's of interest, you can click the first link in the description below, head over to our website, and click the Apply Now button. And with that said, the market just closed. Let me update you on my position. All right, so ticker symbol STX, you can see we ended up rallying off the open this morning. And at that point, I was keeping you guys updated as we did slightly break above resistance at 63.83. As I talked about earlier, the market probed that level, ended up retracing, and then spent most of the day trading within this range, essentially flat. We ended up closing at 63.45 per share, which means I'm down right now on this position almost $3,000, which is equivalent to about 8%. Today is Friday, which means I'm holding this position over the weekend. So when the market opens Monday morning, potentially we'll see what the outcome is on this trade. And that means that you guys have to subscribe for more so you can come back and watch the next episode to see whether I make money or lose money on that position. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.